So we are going to get into London moves. And my next move, obviously, is this, so I can get this knight here. And he won't be pinned right now anyway with the position that is going on here. So we have things developed on the queen side at the moment, and I will bring my mountie out on my king side here. So I can get every piece pretty much into the game as fast and efficiently as possible. This player's actually playing their pieces out. And that knight, well, he can go here, but not safely, so we can go and castle. And it's castled, so I'm gonna try to bring my queen up a square so I can get my rooks connected. And I've had a few wins lately, so I'm pretty happy about that because my rating was plummeting and I was hoping that it wasn't just going to go really low. And so he attacks my queen, and that makes, obviously, I can go ahead and take that because see any problem with taking that. His bishop takes me back. His bishop is looking over to here, and there could be how I could move this up. It's protected by the queen at the moment. And I want to get this rook over here, and then the queen can consider what else she might want to do. So we have this pawn has been moved, and it is currently, I can't see anything that it is doing. This knight at the moment is unprotected, and my queen can just go and snap that off. That would leave this pawn open. But I think a knight for a pawn might be a good exchange. So we'll take that knight, attacking this pawn. So if he tries to take this pawn here, I can obviously take that one. And he has made it so that it's protected, which is a good idea. Now the queen is open. I'm up +3. So if I go and take the queen, I feel like that's possibly a very good idea because then he would be taking my queen and I'm up +3. So we'll exchange queens. And obviously this pawn is still under attack, and move it up. Now this square is, I will protect that pawn by moving him. He's still attacking my knight, which I can take with the bishop. So I've got quite little spearheads here. It's almost like a mountain. So now we can consider trying to get a file open here for my rooks. So we will take a pawn somewhere and start going into blow up one of his pawns. Now these are all back here, protected by bishops. There's also quite a bit of movement over on this side. He's pushed that pawn. I don't want to take pawns in front of my king. And if I bring my bishop here, it attacks his rook. Right now, my knight can go here or here. And I could go back here and attack the undefended bishop right now. Or I can even consider putting my other rook up here. I'm up +3 at the moment. So if I start making an attack on that bishop that is in close to my camp, which I don't really like, this is protected, and the bishop obviously can come over and attack that rook safely. So his bishop right here is kind of looking kind of like he can come out. If he comes out here, then I just take him. So this rook, this bishop here is really stopping him. So he has moved that bishop over here. So if I take my bishop there, it wouldn't be a good idea. So I can consider trying to do something else. If I take this pawn and push it here, it would attack the bishop again. So I'm going to do that because I'd like to blow side open here, and my knight is protecting that. So I feel like that's a good way to blow it open, and my bishop is doing a pretty good job with things here. If I end up pushing the pawn again, it can be taken. I don't want that pawn taking it though, because it's on the king side. So would I push this one up, attacking his bishop and almost forcing him to take mine? I've already got a rook on that file. And I think that looks like a wise decision. I still have that attack if I want to come here on that rook. So I will now take that back. Still attacking his bishop, and of course he can take my pawn. So now if I come up here with my bishop, okay, this one here is not protected at the moment. He's looking down here, that's all protected. So if I take that, it's a safe move, and then my rook is all ready to go on that file. And the bishop is now attacking that, which if I start getting my rooks doubled, I think that poses a problem, which I'm going to probably take my rook over. Okay, my bishop, I was going to put here and attack the rook. He puts it there. Okay, so let's look here. I'm feeling like, yes, that's what I will do, because there I'm pretty pretty safe at the moment. He's got a white colored bishop. So I can move my knight up here as well if I need. I'm attacking that with my rook. So if, okay, he's attacking my bishop. Okay, so now if I move that back, that's no good. If I move it here, I move it there. I have two pieces on that, but he could push that pawn. So if I actually take that pawn, I'm attacking his rook, but then his rook will take my bishop. So that does not equate to me. And my rook, and I could get my other, this bishop could be put someplace. So I could put him here. That would be ideal. So if I can bring him back and then go there, but I mean, in the meantime, what's going to happen? And okay, let's just make sure there's things like this is not protected. So if my rook takes it, I have the 7th rank. And my other rook can get over, but he would take my bishop. So I have to decide. I'm going to retreat and then go over because I don't want to just lose a piece for nothing. I could still get the 7th rank, hopefully. Right here with this pawn, I've got right now my rook looking down there. This is undefended. He brings his rook here attacking that. Okay, so now he's got few things he's causing problems to, which if I push this pawn, it's attacking his bishop and protecting my bishop. So knight would be backing that up. Okay. And if I can bring my bishop back somehow, say I can bring it back because of that pawn, I would be attacking the rook. So I have protected the piece that was under attack. This is protected, perfect. Okay, so now I still have to think about I can take this pawn. So we'll see what happens on the opponent's side. He pushes the pawn. I have to figure out taking bishop, but I can't just lose my bishop. I could always exchange that. The pawn is protected by my knight right now, which I really like. Everybody's kind of on the same team being good to each other. And so protected, and which is that I can come over here. I can get back here. No, I can't. So he takes, which means I'm gonna take him back. And okay. Now we're looking at this next. So we don't actually necessarily need to have Or if I push that, he takes. I take, and then I lose my rook, my bishop. Okay, so if I bring this knight anywhere, if I bring something, what about just the pawn? Okay. No, that pawn is still what I'm eyeing up. I can move my bishop here and it will be a second attacker there, and he has a white bishop, so that will cause another problem. So if I'm able to take that, I should do it. And then I can consider getting my other rook over. Look here. Because if I take that, this is under attack. And like that. So the king, we're going to keep him in mind so that he doesn't get back ranked with one rook. I don't think it's too probable, but you never know. And he has to be wondering about what my next moves are, because if I go here with my bishop, I'm attacking that bishop and also threatening to come in and go right here with him. Okay, so he comes down and does that. Okay, so if I bring my rook over, on dark squares, he's got two bishops. My bishop is protecting this, and I should double my rooks. I think that's highly needed. Alright, so if I can move that bishop back here, it also would be supporting in that. And if I move it there, it's just killed. Knight. What kind of trickiness can he get into? He can go where? Too many pawns and pieces are stopping where he can go. So right now, if I put him in check, he has to move and then I can take that rook easily. Because I can't see any of his pieces getting back, so he will have to first move pieces in order to get back there, I think. Okay, we'll see. So I have my bishop here to think about, possibly going here to cut off that whole diagonal. And right now, his king can't go here anyway. So his king is kind of a little bit cut off. Go there? No. Stop saying you're gonna go there because that bishop is stopping me. Okay, so going right here with that bishop cause problems. But right now I have to worry about what my rooks are doing. Because he's moving closer. So when I put him in check, he will either have to move or take me. Oh, he's trying to make it so that he can win. He's back. So if I put my rook there, my bishop there, I can do it like a double thing where he's in check. Do I have to consider doing that first? Okay. Do that. Now I have 3 pieces overlooking on this square, so if I put him in check and he takes me, and I take, he can't, wait, he can't take with the rook, he has to take with the knight. Okay, so that really didn't solve what I was just talking about. Though, does it cause problems for, say, I take this pawn and put him in check, then what does he do? He can't come on that side. Okay. See now. See what he does first, because obviously he has to move something. If he moves his bishop back here, then I obviously have to move my rook. And taking that pawn would look awfully juicy. And moving his rook here, well, I take him, and he can't take me back. Okay. My knight needs to get into everything. There's so many things stopping it from getting into things. Like if I go here, I attack that. But I mean, that's not my high priority right now. Okay. Always trying to calculate my moves on the opponent's moves and hope. Oh, okay, the game, they resigned or abandoned for whatever reason, so I guess they didn't see a way out. Or I don't know, if I didn't even tell, I couldn't even tell if their clock was ticking. But anyway, thanks for watching. That was a good calculated win. Bye for now.